Okay, hey Matt. Today we're going to take a really high-level look at the QuikData platform, basically take you through some of the major features, some of the things that our clients really love about the application. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. And so everything is web-based. So as long as you have internet access in a browser, you can access and manage all your different cases. I'm going to go ahead and click on one of my cases here. And so this is basically what a quick data project looks like. So again, we really engineered it to look a lot like Windows File Explorer or Outlook, starting with the folder structure over here, where you can organize all your documents. And everything, again, like Windows File Explorer, is very drag and drop, including how you can get data into the application. I'm going to go expand a different section of my tree here where I have a list of the custodians that I've set up for this project. And so one way that you can get data into the system, get it processed, is simply just dragging and dropping your PST files, loose electronic documents. We support over 120 different types of files that we can convert to PDF automatically. So to get this small PST file in here that I have as an example, and some other loose files, all I'm going to do is just go ahead and grab this entire folder. And then I just need to drag and drop it to the custodian and the data source that I want to process it for. So we'll see a list of all the files I'm about to upload, and I'll go ahead and submit that. So once I've uploaded it, this is where the back end of the QuikData platform is going to start automatically processing that data. And so, that's going to include all the typical things that you would expect, like extraction of the container files, extraction of metadata, full text indexing, OCR. But the really nice thing about the QuikData platform and what people really like about it is that all that is extremely automated. And so really, our goal is just to kind of reduce the amount of management and technician time and getting in the way of the users being able to get their documents into the platform and being able to start working with them. So once that data has been uploaded and indexed, now is where we can start to bring to bear all sorts of different tools to help us both understand the data that we've uploaded, but also as importantly to start applying the different kinds of culling, whether that be metadata, full text, key terms, things like that. So to go ahead and search and cull this data that we've just uploaded, I'm going to go to one of my searching tools here. And so this is one of the query builders in QuikData where we can combine, our full text with all sorts of metadata, work product, and other types of filters so that we can, really pinpoint the documents that we need to review, produce, or analyze. So just for example, if you got some key terms, I can go ahead and add my document full text to my query here. I'm just going to cut and paste some search terms that I've already created. We utilize DT Search as our searching and indexing engine. So that not only allows you to do, your typical simple word and phrase searches, but also to be able to combine it together with all sorts of powerful search syntax, wildcards, proximity, Boolean logic. If I want to add a parameter like a date range, I just add that to my query, and we'll do something less or equal than today, since we have some really old data here. But really, you just continue to build out the criteria to isolate the set of documents that you need to review. And I'll just call this my search term set and go ahead and search that. And so now that searching is being distributed across the workers. And since it is distributed, that allows us to search across, massive amount of data without kind of getting that as a bottleneck as you start to need to cull and filter your documents. So we do have some cases with, millions of records that you can search pretty quickly. So once you have your results back, a couple of nice things here that the users really like. One is that we have dynamic highlighting of the document here in our document viewer. So as I start to click through the documents, it's going to help me identify, where the critical words or phrases that I'm looking at. If it's a really lengthy document, I can also expand this little sidebar here on the viewer. And the reviewers really like that because it allows them to see the context for all the hits and then to be able to quickly navigate through that. On the viewing standpoint, we again can view over 120 different types of files. We also have specialized document viewers for Excel spreadsheets, audio, video files, all sorts of different kinds of formats. And we automatically choose kind of the best viewer depending on the type of file. In addition, if your users have multiple screens, again, you can pop out this whole viewer to a separate tab on your browser. And then again, if you have multiple screens, you would drag that over to your other screen, and it just allows you to kind of spread out your real estate so that you can see more at the same time. I'll go ahead and close this, and that will pop it right back into my screen here. One thing you may notice about this document, so this is an Excel showing our native Excel viewer. So, not only allowing you to kind of drill into all the sheets, worksheets, and formulas, but I'm even showing here that we actually have our own native redaction capability. So that comes completely built in with the platform. And it also has some logic to help you identify linked cells and make sure that you're comprehensively redacting those documents. So in addition to being able to easily upload, process your data, find the documents that you're looking for, we have a whole host of tools that you can bring to bear, either for early case assessment or, as I call, ongoing case assessment to help you kind of understand what's kind of driving your data volumes. And so some of those are really easy to kick off. Just for example here, one of them that's often useful at the outset of the case is our conceptual analysis. So I'll just go ahead and open that up here. And that allows you to automatically cluster the documents based upon common words and themes and phrases within those documents. Again, it's kind of letting the data tell you about itself. Another one that's really useful to the legal teams when they're, again, trying to make sense of a large amount of data is what we call the communication analyzer. So that's another visualization that you can use. And what this one does is shows you patterns of communication between the individuals within the data set that you're analyzing. You can analyze it on an individual basis here, or often, if you want to zoom out even further, you can break it out and organize it by domain. So you can see what organizations are emailing each other. And also, if you didn't apply a date range when you were building out the set of documents that you were analyzing, you can also start to zoom in on critical date ranges as well. Other tools that are real time savers include, we have our own full email threading. So that not only allows the user to be able to easily understand kind of the context of the document that they're looking at within the context of the email thread, but we also provide the capability to perform what we call email thread suppression as well, which allows you to really kind of narrow the universe of documents or specifically emails that you may need to review, but at the same time, making sure that you have kind of a comprehensive understanding of all the content within those threads. So I'm going to jump back here to our main screen and then talk about some of the real efficiency tools that we have within the application. And one of them that we're really excited about are a lot of the new AI features that we've released. And these are generative AI features. We allow you to plug in your own AI LLM, like OpenAI, Anthropic, Azure. We're even working on some other ones. Even if you actually have a local LLM, we can also plug that in. Different ways that you can use it, though, include the idea of basically doing kind of a first pass review before your reviewers start looking at the documents. So for any of the document codes over here on the coding panel, which is 100% customizable, so you can set up all these different categories, issue codes, it's all templatizable as well. But with the AI, you can basically plug in an AI prompt similar to ChatGPT. So as we're setting up the codes, all we have to do is tell the AI engine what kind of content is relevant to the category that you want to analyze it for. And so once you set up all your codes, we pass it through the AI engine. And what it's going to return is for each of the categories here, it's going to give you a score for that category for this document. And what's really nice is it's even going to tell you why the AI engine thought that this was relevant to that content or not. And so once you have your document scored, you can use all those scores to either prioritize the most likely to be relevant documents and push those up to the top of the review queue, or you can even use it to identify, specific issue codes, RFP categories. So it can do a lot of that automated document classification for you, which is a real time saver, before you kick off your review process. In addition to that, we also have a lot of both built-in and customizable summarization prompts that are built in. So I'm just going to actually add a different column here to my document grid. So all these different columns of information can be customized by each user here. And actually, I grabbed the wrong one. Let me go ahead and grab my document summary. So what I'm demonstrating here is that, if you're in the routine practice of creating, indexes of documents, or, you want to be able to kind of quickly at a glance see what kind of information, what this document is about, all I have to do is simply take a folder of documents and choose to summarize them. And if you want, even all this information can be completely exported out of the system as well. Related to the document summaries, we also have very specialized summaries that you can create. For example, one of them that I know is a real time saver for many of our clients that have to create privilege logs with a lot of document summaries about why the document is privileged. Go to my privilege summary here. Go ahead and add that. So again, you can completely automatically create your privilege log directly out of the application. All you need to do is to set up the fields that you want to export on your privilege log, create your privilege log summary, export that out to Excel or PDF, and that really kind of speeds up that privilege log process. In addition, we can also create extremely kind of specialized and detailed summaries as well. This is one example here, one client that wanted to be able to upload their deposition transcripts. And so, within a few minutes, we designed a custom AI prompt that allowed them to create, these very, very detailed summarizations, which again can be exported out of the system. And, again, they were able to customize all the different things that they wanted to be able to see in that summary. So you're not getting a generic summary, you're getting something that's very specific to kind of what you need to be able to extract out of those documents. So there's quite a few other kind of efficiency features that I could show you, and definitely we can do that more in depth on some of the other demos that we're going to do. That includes, we have kind of full review automation, which includes actually a full assisted review workflow as well. If you don't want to use LLM to kind of help you prioritize the documents, we have assisted review workflows to do that. But one thing that I do want to show you is that obviously at the end of the case, we need to be able to get the documents out of the system, produced in the way that we need to, in order to be able to fulfill our obligations. And so that's also something very easy to do in the application. I'm going to go down here to my production section. You'll see here that we already have one production volume generated. I have one that's kind of currently getting ready to, but it's very easy to set up with a very simple wizard, all your Bates numbering, sorting options, what kind of formats that you want to be able to export, different kinds of branding options that you can plug in, even selective native production if you want to do hybrid productions. And then finally, we have the full ability for you to create industry standard load files with all sorts of different fields of metadata, work product, or if you're exporting the documents to put into another review platform, you can even easily export your work product to make that transition easy. So once you have your production volume set up, all you need to do next is to populate it with the documents that you want to produce. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this folder here, copy it to my production folder. And once you have it there, it's really easy to execute. You just go ahead and base number it. And that's where we're also, if you want to do a PDF conversion, we can do it at that point. But once the production is done, it's very easy to get out of the system. I'll just come to this one that's done right here. All I have to do is download it. It's going to come out in a zip file, and it's going to have, all your different folders, base numbered PDFs, load files. Again, very, very easy to execute and get those documents out of the system. So again, that's really a lot of different things to kind of throw at you at a 30,000 foot level. One thing that is really important to our clients, is the ability to manage all their processing. So there's full processing dashboards, load file ingestion tools, plenty of other reports. But I think hopefully that kind of gives you a high level view of a lot of the different features that QuikData provides, and and why our clients really like it. So I think that's it, unless you have any questions.
Thanks, Greg. That's great. I think I have a good idea of how easy QuikData is to use, and I'm excited to learn more.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Thanks, Greg.